Hi guys, thank you for joining me today. I'm just going to do a short talk today on anxiety and self-worth because the two seem really interlaced, interconnected to me, and the more I talk to people and the more I read about other people's struggles, the more I'm realizing that the two are very closely connected, related, cause and effect. Forgive my hair, it's in a baseball cap. I had a massage today, and so oily stuff is all in my hair and it didn't look that great, so I just threw this on. I do love Disney. I'm not a total Disney nerd, as they're called, but we do go about once a year, and I love Disney, so cool hat. So, self-worth. What is self-worth? Self-worth is what you value yourself at, what you think about yourself, how beautiful you think you are, how smart you think you are, how articulate, how creative, whatever it is that's important to you, how do you measure up to those standards? And the reason self-worth is important is because it is what we project to the world. And it's the reality sort of that we create for ourselves as well. So if I feel like I am a queen, I am beautiful, I am intelligent, I am witty and funny, and everyone loves me, then that will be the energy that I project out. If I'm at the grocery store, or I'm in a business meeting, or I'm at a party, that will be what I'm giving to other people, and that'll be what they pick up from me. If I feel like I'm ugly and stupid and not good enough for this, then that will be the energy that I project, and I'll be working, originating everything, all the things that come from my mouth, all my speech, all the interactions, my mannerisms even will come from that place of feeling like I'm not good enough, I can't do this, I don't belong, I'm not as good as these people, I'm not as pretty as these people, whatever it is. And two reasons I wanted to talk about self-worth today. One is that tomorrow's Valentine's Day, and for some people it can be an issue, the self-worth, because it's attached to whether or not we're receiving Valentines, whether or not we're single or married, or if we're divorced. And I think that's silly. Valentine's Day is just a holiday, and of course it's nice to feel recognized, and it's nice to have somebody say, you are awesome, and I love you, and here's all the reasons why I love you, and here's some chocolate and some balloons. Of course that's great, but I don't personally tie a lot of emotion, meaning, self-worth onto a holiday like Valentine's Day, because it's just one day out of the year. I don't feel like it's a real holiday. But I understand that there are people that do, and there's some self-worth tied to that. And then the second reason that I wanted to talk about it is because I spend time on the internet. I work mostly from home. So I spend time on message boards, on Reddit. I was looking over here because I have it pulled up, but I spend time on subreddits for anxiety and social anxiety, and I try to read, and I try to help out when I can and ask questions to understand things, and try to be active in that community of people, because I feel like you guys are my people. So I spent some time today on Reddit, and this theme sort of emerged. The more that I read, the more that I understood that for a lot of people, for a lot of anxiety sufferers, the anxiety comes from a place of not feeling good enough. It comes from low self-worth. It comes from a feeling of not wanting to be in conflict with other people in our lives. And not wanting to be in conflict means that I don't think my opinion is as valuable as yours. I don't think that you're gonna think so. I'm gonna lose my thought here. I'm trying to hang on to it, but there's such a self-worth thing with that. One of the posters that I read said something about not wanting to be in conflict, and I did respond to that post and say, no is a complete sentence. You should never feel like you have to explain yourself to anybody. You should never allow yourself to be manipulated by somebody. And if you're dealing with a person in your life who expects you to say yes all the time, and when you don't, they manipulate, they get angry, or use any other means, then you should cut that person out of your life. They shouldn't be in your life. That's not a good situation, and it's got nothing to do with you. But in the meantime, and it's funny how people with anxiety are oftentimes just the most brilliant, just smartest people that I talk to in a day. and they don't see themselves in the way that the rest of the world sees them. I just think that's ironic. They have all of this inner turmoil about being good enough, but they're so smart and so brilliant, and they have so much to give the world. So my advice on the self-worth is to do inner work. I had this too. I used to care so much about what other people thought about me that I wasn't living my life for myself. I was making the decisions that I thought would please other people. I was giving the answers that I thought they wanted to hear. I would dress like or talk like the person that I thought they wanted me to be, instead of being who I was, who I felt like I was on the inside. And there's so much wrong with that. I get emotional about it. You were created to be exactly who you are, exactly how you are, exactly where you are. And you shouldn't feel like you need to be somebody else to make somebody else love you or like you or want to be around you, because who you are is more than good enough. It's more than enough. And when you are your authentic self, the people who should be in your life will come. They will appear. You will meet them. They will become your tribe once you decide to go ahead and just be your authentic self. That's the truth. I know it sounds really hokey, but it's so true. And it's happened to me, and I know that it's happened for others out there. So please believe that. When you allow yourself to just be and to just feel and to be honest about what you like and don't like and what you will allow and what you will not allow, your tribe will rise up around you. That energy that you put out is the energy that you get back. That's true. So I want to encourage anybody out there who is having some self-worth issues to do the work. And what I mean is, mostly for me, affirmations. I do affirmations with my kids every night. I do affirmations with myself almost every day. I love words. I have words all over my office. I'm sitting on a pillow that's got words on it. I've got a bracelet that says Unbreakable. This is actually from a company called Endorphin Warrior, and you can order your own if you like. They have a lot of different phrases. Mine is, see, it's fading a little bit. It's like 10 years old at least, but I love it, and I wear it every day, and I look down at it, and it's a reminder that I am unbreakable. So the way that I would start with affirmations, the way that I encourage my friends to do it who feel like it's a little bit hokey, is to just sit in your car or somewhere private and say nice things to yourself. And, you know, I know it sounds hokey, but it's so high vibe. It's so good for you. It feels amazing when you're done. And the more you say these things to yourself, and the more you hear them from yourself, the more you will begin to believe them, and the more you will begin to embody that. So it can be something simple. It can be, I am smart enough. I am good enough. I'm a good painter. I'm a good writer. I'm a good mommy. Whatever the thing is that you're not feeling like you're enough, start with that one. And then you can progress, you know, as you think about, you know, other things that you feel like are not true or you want to be true, or things that make you maybe, or things that you doubt about yourself, you know, include those in your affirmations as well. I am unbreakable. I am a warrior. And I will tell myself these things throughout the day. You know, if I'm doing yoga, if I'm doing the dishes, if I'm writing an article and I'm finding it kind of difficult, if I'm reading a book and it feels like it's over my head, I will tell myself, hey, I'm smart enough for this. I got this. And good on me for trying to learn it, right? There's nothing wrong with growth and expansion, and everybody starts somewhere. So affirmations are a great big deal for me, and if you watched any of the other videos, you know that. If you listen to the podcast, you know that, because I talk about them all the time. But they're a great first step to starting to feel like you belong here, that you should be in this group of people, that you can be the thing that you dream of being, that you already are everything that you are supposed to be in this moment, and use that as a starting point. Where you go from now is up to you, but you already are enough. You, the you that exists right now, is enough. And I hope that you know that, and it's my purpose in life to make sure that you know that. So, and once you start to affirm yourself, you will start to feel different. The second tip that I have after affirmations, and something that is a very big deal for me, another tip that works for me, is dressing the part. And I'm a writer and a podcaster and a mom, so I'm at home a lot of the time, and I do not always dress like Meghan Markle. Like, that's not realistic, and that's not what I'm asking you to do. But I do get dressed every day. I do try to get up and wash my face and take a shower and put on clothes that match. And I feel a big difference in the days that I do that and the days that I don't do that. And I don't mean to sound shallow, and I certainly don't believe that the clothing makes a person, but I do know from experience that when you dress well in clothes that fit well, you feel good about yourself. You can enter into a room, into a situation, and know that you look good, and know that you're supposed to be here. And it's such a big deal. It helps me a ton with my self-esteem. It helps me a ton with anxiety. If I was to walk into a room in a pair of sweatpants, the feeling for me would be much different than if I walked in, even like this, because my makeup is looking okay, so I feel okay about myself. So that makes a difference. Taking care of yourself makes a difference. Self-care, getting the massage like I did today, getting a facial, getting a pedicure. I did my nails for Valentine's Day tomorrow. Those things do make a difference. They make you feel good about yourself. And I just would say don't take those things for granted. And you don't have to spend a bunch of money on them. A lot of them you can do yourself at home. I always do my own nails. And, taking a hot shower, taking a warm bath, just putting together clothes that you like. I don't tend to buy clothes that I don't totally love. I don't have a lot of junk in my closet. I have all pieces that I super love, so that when I get dressed in the morning, I'm always putting on something that I want to wear. And I know that sounds obvious and silly, but I also know there's a lot of you out there that just buy a bunch of things, buy t-shirts, buy things that are on sale, and maybe they don't feel so good. They don't make you feel good when you put them on. So I would advise against that, but definitely do dress up in the morning, get dressed for your morning and for your day. Even if, like me, you're gonna be sitting at a computer and looking at Reddit, it makes you feel good. I had an unexpected visit today from one of the neighbors, and it was a good, pleasant conversation, and I felt confident, and I stood up straight, and I was able to enunciate, and it was just good. I felt confident, didn't have any anxiety there, and part of that is because I know that I looked good and put together. The neighbor did not surprise me while I was in sweatpants washing dishes or anything like that. So affirmations are huge, very big. Words are powerful. And there's a quote that I love. Of course, I love quotes, and I've usually got them prepared. I don't have this one prepared, but it's something like, think highly of yourself, because the world will take you at your own estimation. And that's so true. It's so true. I had a boss one time, and he came into where I worked first as a consultant, and then later he became the vice president. And I asked him, how does one become a consultant? How are you an expert on this stuff that you're an expert on? And he said, it's funny. You just sort of start calling yourself an expert. Now, he did have several years experience in the field that he was in, but he said you just start calling yourself an expert. You say, I'm an expert at this, I'm good at this. And then other people start calling you an expert, and they start hiring you as that expert. And it literally all starts with how you see yourself. And that's true of everything in life, and that's true in every job that you can be in. People will take you at your own estimation. There is nothing haughty or braggy about saying, I am a badass, I am awesome, I am worth it, I'm beautiful and talented and smart, and I have things to offer you. So today and tomorrow, Valentine's Day, I just want you to remember that you are worthy, and give yourself some love. And if you don't have a Valentine, don't take that too seriously. A lot of us don't have Valentines or celebrate Valentine's Day, and it doesn't mean anything about you or about your worth as a person at all. And I think that as you work on your self-worth, and you do affirm, and you do make small changes in your daily routine, you will start to feel better, and you will feel that the anxiety dissipates when you're in social situations, because you feel like you're supposed to be there, and you feel like, yes, I can handle this conversation, and yes, I do know what to say to these people, and yes, I do offer things of value. So I wish you luck with that. I'm sorry that I chatted for so long today, but thank you for being here with me. Like, share, subscribe if you liked the video, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.